Welcome to the Auburn Medical Group YouTube live stream, the entertaining medical live stream where viewers can ask real-time questions of real medical doctors. And here are our hosts, Dr. Mark Vaughn and Dr. Gawain Vaughn.
Welcome to the Auburn Medical Group live YouTube stream, coming at you this 4:30 on Monday before Christmas with
it's Christmas week.
Dr. Mark Vaughn and Dr. Gawain Vaughn.
That's me.
Welcome to the program. We will be talking about any number of topics today, starting with our mission statement.
What to start with? Okay.
Yeah. Should we show what's on the chat there? BA asks, what is the mission of this group? And I'd like to say in the words of
the mission of
Abraham Lincoln, be excellent to each other and party on.
Who said that?
Was it Abraham Lincoln? Somebody help me out there.
Is that from...
yes, you know it.
Yeah. Somebody and Somebody's Awesome Adventure.
Excellent
Which one?
Adventure,
Excellent.
yes,
Bill
right.
and Ted.
Bill and
Ted's
Ted,
Excellent
yes,
Adventure.
with,
man, it's probably been...
who's the star of that?
25 years since I've seen that.
What's his name? He's
Keanu Reeves was one of them.
Keanu Reeves, there you go.
Yeah. I don't know who the other guy was.
I don't remember which one was Bill and which one's Ted, but...
Oh, I have no idea.
But the mission of the Auburn Medical Group, actually, we do have a... it was Gemini, Google Gemini, that came up with excellent summary of our mission by doing some online research on us. But also, I'd like to throw out our threefold focus here of time, technology, and... It's been a long time. Time, technology, and...
This could be one of those.
What was the third one?
Who was the
Time?
that presidential...
Oh, touch.
I was going to say, who's that presidential candidate that just blew his chances, but he couldn't remember like one of the branches he was going to cut from?
Are you talking about H. Ross Perot or...
no, it was a couple presidential
or
ones.
Joe Biden?
No, I think it was actually the other Bush, not George Bush.
Okay.
Anyways.
Couldn't remember on the spot.
So I can't remember that.
Time, touch, and technology. Time, we spend a lot of
T's.
time with patients. That's our trademark. Touch, you come in to see an actual real doctor, not just AI or telemedicine, which actually we do provide those services, AI, or not AI, but telemedicine. But touch is important.
Yeah.
It's part of the medical diagnosis process for many problems. Although many problems you don't even have to touch the patient.
And part of the healing process.
But it's part of it. And in healing too, yes. And then technology, we like to use technology to our advantage. So actually do use AI to help us take our notes and some other things.
Reply to messages,
things like that. So those are just, and then should we say anything from the Gemini about what our mission is?
What did it say?
Quality care that you and your family deserve and compassion, but family medicine, healthcare eventually. And then the purpose of this program is to laugh.
This program. And maybe learn something about medicine.
And maybe learn something along the way. Okay, so we do have some people out there. We've got Laura Webb wanting to know what the topic of the day is. And happy holidays from 555 Joan in London.
Happy holidays.
And it's 12:30.
Wow.
At
night
London.
here
But thank you for watching
London.
us at 12:30 at night in London. We appreciate that.
London right now.
So we were going to talk a little bit about cold medicines because there's so many viruses going around, including RSV right here in our area.
We have diagnosing it.
We have positive RSV tests.
Yep.
We haven't been seeing the COVID come up so much.
Yeah.
Influenza A, I think we did have one of those recently also, if I'm not mistaken.
Had a positive on those. Wouldn't have been one of my patients.
Not as much the influenza. Of course, in California, we have the bird flu.
That's right.
We have had human cases, although no human-to-human transmission as of the last information I had reviewed on it, which is over a week old, I suppose, by now. But we're having no eggs in the stores. I don't know if you know this. There's no eggs in the grocery stores right now around here.
I have not
Out of
gone
concern
shopping.
for bird flu, they have eggs.
How am I actually? No, they're on strike during winter. They just don't make eggs. Yeah.
It's like a seasonal thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Our chickens stop making.
I told Leanne
in the winter.
We can get eggs from Gawain.
Sorry.
No,
we only have one chicken too.
She said they don't have all their chickens anymore because of what? Bobcat.
It was a bobcat.
Coyote.
It was a bobcat. We actually caught it on the game cam. That was coming in and took out.
Was it a husky or a?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Okay.
That was a dog.
Let's not talk about that. Let's just talk about the bobcat.
yeah.
But because of the bobcat, you have
one chicken left. It took out all of everything else.
And it wasn't a good layer.
Oh, man. No, this one's a good layer. It's just not on.
Just not on its schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Back to your questions and comments here.
Still got the goats. They didn't scare off the bobcat, unfortunately.
Laura Webb, if the COVID and flu tests are negative, would you do a RSV test?
No, we test them all.
We got this one test. It does all three at once.
Hey, one swab up the nose, which we're testing for one. We might as well test them all because their symptoms cross over. all of their symptoms are
it's kind of nice just knock them all out with one test and find out.
Right.
And then find out quite often that, well, it's not one of those three. It's some
Plenty of
virus.
other viruses going on out there. Yeah.
Any of the many others that we don't in the office have a test for. But those are the three we have tests for.
Right.
And so
if somebody comes back with a virus or a positive test for that, and you're not doing, any treatment for it, like specific flu treatment or COVID treatment, what do you recommend? What are your symptomatic
if it's RSV
treatments?
positive, we also don't have something specific.
We do not. Yes.
But we do know to be able to warn them about people that they're going to be in contact with. If you're going to be around the people over age 65.
Yeah, for sure. Or children, babies,
Yeah.
specifically under age 1. RSV can be more severe in those individuals.
Very much the babies.
Yeah, I was specifically talking about influenza and COVID because there are antiviral treatments for those. They're not the greatest. They may shorten your disease by 1 day or so, and in some cases, it's just better to go through it than have the side effects from the medication.
Yeah.
So we typically just recommend over-the-counter medications, which is kind of what sparked this conversation.
So I think for the first time experienced NyQuil this winter. I guess it wasn't actually winter yet. It was late fall.
The first time in your life?
But earlier this month.
Man.
Because I'm always using something else that has some other
similar type thing.
Similar combination of all the same medicines.
NyQuil has Tylenol, doxylamine, dextromethorphan, and maybe one other one.
Sounds about right. And you know what?
It tastes great.
I did have a better. Mine was a capsule.
It does make you sleep.
I did have a better night. I really did.
It does make you sleep better. Yeah, and that's the doxylamine in it. Doxylamine is an antihistamine, which is an earlier, like a first generation antihistamine, which has drowsiness as a side effect, which they use to their benefit.
And I think I may have been a little achy or chilled, so I think the Tylenol probably helped with that aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Finally tried the NyQuil.
You tried it.
But
just don't. And now that you slept so well, you're going to take it every night for the rest of your life.
Please don't do that.
Do not do that. Or even the Z-Quil.
And then during the day, if I'm achy or chilled, I'll use the Tylenol. And then for cough, I recommend the dextromethorphan, DM, dextromethorphan.
Yeah.
D as in dextromethorphan. No, it's dexamethasone. D as in dexamethasone.
You're going to confuse people because if something has
8,
if something has just D,
M
it's
as in
Sudafed.
mnemonic.
You're going to confuse everyone.
A as in au pair. R as in are we having tacos tonight?
No, I when something says like D, just D instead of DM.
Oh, I know.
It is
something else.
Sudafed, not dextromethorphan. Yeah. So you need to make sure you get Mucinex DM or Robitussin DM. Because the dextromethorphan is what you need. D is Sudafed or pseudoephedrine, which
D for decongestant
is a decongestant, and that for people with high blood pressure can actually raise your blood pressure. So we do not recommend that for people who have high blood pressure. And actually, that is really the only decongestant that works well. The FDA is actually considering taking phenylephrine off of the market, and that's what I read in the highlight in one of the headlines, which is appropriate.
You used to be able to get, I think you used to be able to get phenylpropanolamine just without going behind the counter, like you have to for Sudafed. I don't know if that was the case or not, but it's been taken off the market because of strokes, apparently.
Yeah,
that was years ago.
So really, the only thing over the counter, but behind the counter, is pseudoephedrine, that works to really as a decongestant. However, you can only buy so much of that because I learned it was in 2006 where that actually became behind the counter you can make meth from it.
We need to go over some definitions. over the counter, behind the counter.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Prescription.
I guess we do need to clarify that.
And probably even controlled substance. So it's kind of a continuum there. So over the counter is anything you just go and buy. Behind the counter is still available without a prescription, but they keep it behind the counter because the only thing I can think of that falls in that category is Sudafed, which can be used to cook meth, and so that's why they keep kind of an eye on.
What's the other one that's behind? There's that what's the name of that inhaler for asthma? You can get
like the Primatene Mist.
Primatene Mist, yeah. I think that's behind the counter.
What, epinephrine or norepinephrine?
I think so.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's behind the counter too. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay. Can it be used to cook meth?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't know why. Maybe they just don't want you buying a bunch of epinephrine. I don't know.
So that's behind the counter, and then there's prescription, which is where the doctor writes a prescription for you to be able to get it. Yep. And then there's controlled substance, where the doctor has to have a special DEA certificate license that allows them to. And even on the license, there's several levels that they can choose. Most doctors just go with all the ones that you can
to prescribe. Yeah.
There is a level you can't, and that's either the
Schedule 1.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It goes
2 through 5 are okay.
Lower numbers to higher numbers.
Yeah.
Or,
the higher.
sorry,
Schedule
higher.
1 is very addictive, has no medical use.
Has no medical use, no research use too, right? If it's Schedule 1.
Right. Yeah,
so marijuana is actually Schedule 1.
That, and because of that, we have not had a lot of studies on marijuana.
So cocaine would not be Schedule 1 because it is used clinically. That gel for
good question.
Because I've used it in residency. We would use it for nasal anesthetic.
It may not be.
May have changed since then.
Yeah, it may have changed since then.
Way back when, in the 90s.
Yeah.
When we would put cocaine in patients' noses. It was a gel. It was like a blue gel.
So bad.
And it was locked. But it was great because it was both an anesthetic and it was a decongestant or a vasoconstrictor.
Yeah.
And so you could both numb something up and cause vasoconstriction, meaning there's decreased blood flow because noses like to bleed. So it was really good for working on noses.
Yeah, which you're trying to cauterize.
Kind of goes with people's recreational use of cocaine. It's good in noses. So
that's how it's administered. Yeah.
Medically, it is too. I don't remember anybody having euphoria from it though.
Oh,
I think it was just doing its job.
The doses you were given probably.
It was just working as a anesthetic and a local anesthetic and a vasoconstrictor.
Doctor, why are you rolling up that?
Rolling up that $20
bill. What's that powder on?
I'm not quite sure how that would work with that. It was a thick gel. You'd apply it with a swab. Yeah, I don't think that would work too well.
Yeah, it would work too well.
Okay, we actually have a question here. We have,
will
RFK be able to stop the polio vaccine? No, he won't.
No.
Should we talk to Lisa?
Oh, Lisa.
Welcome to the show. You're on. What's your question, viewer?
Oh, I'm here too, Lisa. Hi.
Are you live? Am I actually live?
Yes, you are live on YouTube. There are people
YouTube.
on the chat asking, who is this person calling in? How do you get the number?
How do you get that number? You're so lucky.
I found it.
Found it. It was in a stall somewhere.
Yeah.
For a good time. No, I just can't.
for that cocaine gel. Did you have a question for the show?
I can ask after.
Okay. Thank you, caller.
What time will you be home?
Okay. He won't be able to stop polio. But speaking of polio vaccines, we did get an update on this through it's Bill Eisenberg who sends that email that we read through the Sutter World. And he was going over what's going on with polio.
Yeah.
And it had been limited to just 2 hotspots. I think it was, is it Pakistan?
I can tell you.
Somewhere in Africa.
I know the Africa.
But there's actually about 12, I think, African nations that have had a case of polio in 2024.
Wow.
But as far as currently active transmission, just occurring in 2 spots, I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Yeah.
It may have been in the Congo. I say that because there's always something in the Congo. Some kind of hemorrhagic fever or...
Yeah, yellow fever, some of those.
Something,
One of those weird ones.
But we're trying to get rid of it. There's
trying.
some organizations that are working on it. And
vaccination is the best way we know how to do that.
Vaccination is what got polio down to where it is. Unfortunately, they've actually found polio present in sewers in lots of places.
I saw that. And that's definitely concerning for those who are not vaccinated.
Yeah, if you're vaccinated, you can't get it.
Yeah.
And there's no human transmission.
Very effective vaccine.
Yeah. And in fact, the stuff in the sewers is probably from the vaccine.
Yeah. The polio is one of those things that, at least when I was in medical school, it was only taught to us as a medical history thing.
Yeah.
It's not like it was, this is cured, you're not going to see this. But with vaccines kind of being rolled back, people not vaccinating as much, it's one of those things that
But it was around.
they need to brush up. It was.
In
just
one or
not,
two
not
parts
in,
of the world.
Not in America.
Yeah. Yeah, not in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, right.
I don't know since
decades.
when.
Gosh, yeah.
So we're really, really close to wiping out polio. Stopping vaccination would be a mistake.
Yes, that would be the worst thing we can do.
The little bit of it that does exist can spread if it gets to people who aren't vaccinated, which is how it still exists, because that's happening in very limited places. So I don't see him being able to stop it. Even President Trump on the 16th of this month or 16th of November made a statement that was kind of a pro-polio, polio safe type statement.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to reassure people.
Yeah.
And then Laura Webb is asking, why is Solstice behind the counter? Solstice?
Do you know what Solstice is?
I don't know Solstice.
I don't know what that is.
We don't know what that is. Sorry.
It's the name of a local
don't know that one.
residential home. That's the name. What it is.
It is here, yes.
That's what I don't know what that Solstice is.
I do recommend the dextromethorphan. I have a favorite formulation of dextromethorphan, and it's the 12-hour giant
They are big.
capsule or capsule, whatever they call it, because it's a 12-hour preparation. And when you take a cough medicine, oftentimes it's because you want to get sleep. Well, do you want to take a single gigantic 12-hour pill before you go to bed?
Yep.
Or do you want to
wake up every 4
some
hours?
kind of a liquid cough medicine every 4 hours to get the same benefit? Now, I will say it is not 100%. It does not eliminate every cough. It does not make the cough completely go away every time, although sometimes it does. But it is, in the studies, it's as good as any other cough relief product.
Yep.
And it is better than a placebo.
And it's available over the counter.
Yeah.
Don't even need to see a doctor. That being said, if you have an ongoing cough, you should probably see a doctor, especially if that cough is getting worse. You're starting to cough up blood. You're having shortness of breath along with that cough, fevers, high fevers, chills. Those are concerning things.
Anything out of the ordinary of, I have a cough. Yes, I have a cough, but I'm not sick.
A
Otherwise,
little stuffy nose.
And it's going away eventually.
Yeah.
It can take weeks for it to go away, but as long as it's going away, we're all right. If it's not going away, like Dr. Gwen says, get evaluated. Or if it's getting worse after a couple weeks, after, say, 4 to 6 days.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Like a week is what I say.
Especially if it's combined with a fever or shortness of breath. Okay, we have a question. Oh, no, thank you. RFK scares me. I think it's going to be okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some scary aspects.
Yeah. And while he is the head of, or being nominated,
he still has to make it past the Senate, doesn't he?
There are some, yes, he does. There are some stopgaps, and not stopgaps,
there's hoops.
Other ways and other things in place to help.
Did you know the New England coast is watching our show?
Cape Cod, awesome.
Thank you. That's pretty cool.
Cold and snowy.
Yes, I enjoyed.
Hopefully, you're not inside with a cold.
Yeah, you're probably inside, my wife and I thoroughly enjoyed our trip to eastern Massachusetts. We didn't actually go to Cape Cod, but
I have not been. Someday.
We did see it though from the airplane.
Oh,
and it was great. A lot of good medical education going on in that part of the world.
Yeah, they do have a little hot spot there.
So, I think we covered the basics of cold medicines.
Cold medicines.
There's not a lot. I mean, you can put out the cough. You can.
What I recommend is Mucinex DM for the cough and congestion. Mucinex can break up some of that congestion, and then Tylenol for fevers and chills. That's what I recommend.
That's about it.
That's it. You can get these multi-symptom things, but in most people, there is some sort of contraindication why you should not be taking that. Either
A lot of the
high
stuff in
blood pressure with Sudafed, or if you're taking doxylamine or one of those first generation antihistamines. If you are older than 65, those have some risk
It
associated.
can make you loopy. It can make you
you
not
fall.
able to urinate. It can
Yeah.
make you not able to
There are
sweat.
some
so you
risks
get too
there.
hot.
So we don't recommend those routinely.
Yeah, they're not for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though they're over the counter.
Right. Yeah. Even over-the-counter things have risks.
Okay.
So be aware.
And
you
then
need
Laura
to read
Webb.
it.
You skipped what I said about Solstice is like Vicks, but it's behind the counter.
No idea. Is Vicks from behind the counter? I have never
There's
bought
no
Vicks.
look of recognition on this face.
I've never bought any
sorry.
Vicks vapor.
Sorry, Laura.
Vapor rub, so I've never needed to
just
ask for it,
don't
so
know
I
that
don't
one.
even know. Why would it be behind? It's all it is menthol, right? Is that what Vicks vapor rub is?
I would think, but
Yeah.
maybe Solstice has something else in it.
Maybe
Yeah.
kids are
AI would probably tell you.
abusing the Vicks vapor rub.
Maybe they're abusing the Solstice.
Maybe.
I don't know. Okay, well, thank you for joining our
I know I need to show
pre-Christmas
my
show.
age when I pick up a spray paint bottle.
Spray. Oh, that's behind the counter too?
It's not behind the counter, but you can't check out. It will not go through checking out. I even tried self-checkout. It will not go through without showing them your ID.
That's kind of the same.
Yeah,
Yeah. Which I'm fine with that.
me too.
I don't mind showing an ID to get a spray paint
A spray paint
for
can.
as often as I use it for
It was,
I don't know,
yeah, I
what,
was doing
getting
a
black
project. I
shoes?
was
I don't
doing
know.
a project for Christmas.
coloring my hair.
Wow, that would be impressive.
What else would I use it for?
You spray paint.
I pay somebody else to make the sign.
Obviously, the graffiti.
Well, yeah, I'm not really into that, so
You're tagging.
I'm against
tagging walls all over Auburn.
It says like AMG. Now it's going to happen. They're going to blame us.
somewhere
Never.
it's going to come up. It's going to be our little,
Police officer comes to the door.
yeah.
Do you know anything about this?
AMG? No.
That's
that
your phone
stands
number.
For,
That's where that girl got my phone number.
She got your, it was. Yeah, that's probably it.
It's in the stalls, apparently.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. I hope that...
we do have another comment there.
Oh, another comment. Okay.
Right as you
Hannah,
guys keep catching us. Right
thank
as
you
we're
for
about
watching.
to sign off here.
She's terrified of getting sick.
Oh.
Yeah, it comes and goes.
Yeah.
Peripheral neuropathy disease.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
going
sorry.
through enough.
Mask up, folks.
Mask up, folks.
Yes, it
Stay
does
away.
help.
Yeah, I also agree. I get
Yeah.
annoyed when there's a lot of coughing going around in public places and not a lot of mask wearing, you know.
Or even covering your cough.
It'd be nice if people would maybe decide not to go to public things
Yeah,
when they're
if you're
feeling sick and have
sick,
symptoms and
Stay in.
And,
Take it easy.
quite.
Take care of people like Hannah.
And Hannah, yeah, but I should say though, just because someone's coughing does not mean they're spreading germs.
That's true.
Well, yes, they are
Coughs
spreading
can
germs.
be
They may not be spreading an infectious
Harmful germs.
virus.
Yeah.
Because once you've gotten over your acute symptoms, there's no more fever, and the cough is going away, yes, you continue to cough without us really thinking that you're spreading whatever it was you were initially infected
Yeah.
with. But during that period, please do stay away or wear a mask, preferably stay away, and until you're really feeling a lot better for a little bit, at least a day or two.
Sure. Sounds good to
And
me.
even then, it's kind of nice for you to wear the mask so you're not coughing your
Yeah, I mean,
droplets into the rest of our
today,
breathing world.
I had a patient wear a mask. He was upset he had to wear a mask because he had a cough. I was like, I don't want to be sick at Christmas time.
just do it.
Just for like a 15-minute visit here,
You can
man.
take it off when you get out, but if you're going to
Yeah.
be around us,
I don't want to get sick.
yeah. All right. Me three. Missy also. I agree. Okay. Until next time,
Hey, I'm Dr. Dwayne Vaughn.
Dr. Mark Vaughn telling you to stay in good health.
Doctors, thank you for another informative session. Auburn Medical Group is located in Auburn, California, USA. Thank you for participating. Please tell a friend and join us again next week.